Welcome back to KLM, the Kavanah L'Mitzvos Foundation, and we're zocha to be in the Yibineh Beis Midrash, and thanks for joining. A few weeks ago, I had some seminary students at my Shabbos table, and really nice women, and I asked them the following question. I said to them, why are we here? What's the purpose of life? So what did they say? They said, to serve Hashem. Sounds like a great answer. I told them that's not correct. You might be wondering the way I'm dressed. I would say, I'm saying that the purpose of life isn't to serve Hashem. That's a means to the purpose of life. The purpose of life is devekis to Hashem, to cleave to Hashem, to have a deep bonded relationship with Hashem. That's the purpose. Guess what? Serving Hashem will take you there, but that's the purpose. Now, if devekis and cleaving is the purpose, one of the best things you can do to achieve that, the best vehicles, Tehillim, reciting Tehillim. Amazing route to Hashem. Although there's like a missing ingredient in our reciting Tehillim, that if we just add this ingredient into it, there's going to be an other level of bonding and cleaving. This is just unimaginable, okay? So that's what I want to talk about tonight. What's this other ingredient we need to add to our Tehillim? You get a request, right? Someone sends you a text and they say, Sarah is in critical, our daughter Sarah is in critical condition. Can you please recite a Tehillim for her refuah shlema? We all get those requests. We all try to fulfill those requests as well. Now, what happens next? Baruch Hashem, Sarah is better. We get a text back and says, you can now take Sarah off the Tehillim list. She's recovered. Thank you, everybody. And okay, good. That's what we get. I think we should get a different request at that point. We should get a request that says, Baruch Hashem, Sarah has recovered. Could everyone please join us in reciting Tehillim Kuf Yud, Mizmor L'Toda, and so we can thank Hashem for pulling her through? How come we don't see those requests? We don't get those requests. Why not? Well, have you gone up to a vending machine? Well, when you go up to a vending machine, what do? You put in the coin, you wait for the can to go down the slot, you take the can and you leave. Has anyone ever gone up to the vending machine and said, thank you very much? You don't, okay. You don't say, you're not used to thanking the vending machine, right? Put the coin in, you take it and you leave. On some level, we treat reciting Tehillim for the needy like a vending machine, right? We put in our request by reciting the Tehillim, and we wait to receive our needs, and then it's over. Now, we're not callous. I mean, everyone I know, when Hashem pulls through and there's a beautiful refuah and a Yeshua, they say, Baruch Hashem, right? You say Baruch Hashem. You'll even send out, when you say, take Sarah off the Tehillim list, you'll say, Baruch Hashem, she's recovered. But why don't we go the next step? Why isn't there a request to say Tehillim as a thank you note? Tehillim as a thank you note. Wouldn't that be beautiful? And by the way, Mizmor L'Toda is the most incredible thank you note we can offer to Hashem. So, question is, why don't we go the extra step? And I think it's like we said, on some level, the reciting a Tehillim for one in need is the way we react to a vending machine, in the sense that we're focused on the transaction, achieving the refuah shlema, but not the relationship, right? The relationship is not expressed in our Tehillim of thanks, okay? That's the challenge. The question is, what's the solution? I think the answer is this, is your mindset. We need a mindset change about Tehillim. About the Tehillim for the needy. When someone needs it, we need to look at it. Of course, not like a vending machine. We need to look at it as follows. A telegram to our parent. Imagine that, your parents are, far away, and one of your kids, God forbid, is sick. What do? Let's say you send them an urgent telegram, and you say, Dad, Joseph needs some serious medical care. Can you please send us some funds for this, please? Right? So what happens? If you, please God, it works out, he sends the money. Of course, you're going to send another telegram afterwards and say, Dad, thank you so much. It worked out, the care was great, the operation was the same, thank you so much, right? So imagine this. What if we look at the Tehillims we recite? We're sending an urgent telegram to our parent who we love and totally depend upon, right? We send that to them, to Hashem, right? So if we look at it that way, of course, why not send a telegram back saying, thank you so much, Hashem. You saved my child. My kid just got engaged. Thank you, right? So if we look at it not as a transaction, a mere transaction to get what we need, but we look at it as a telegram to the one we need. So of course we're going to send a telegram back thanking Hashem. Great idea, right? Now, my dream would be that we could, around the world, you start to see Tehillim requests afterwards saying, thank God they recovered. Please do us a hesed and thank Hashem. We're gonna recite Tehillim Kuf Yud. I keep talking about Mizmor LaToda, and we're gonna speak about it in another class because it's the most magnificent way to thank Hashem. We'll learn about that next time. But wouldn't it be great if there was like a mass movement of everybody starts also reciting thank you note Tehillims, right? The thing is, I'm not optimistic that will happen right away. Why? And this is something everyone knows. When you're requested to do something extra, the first thing you think is, my schedule is so filled, right? Most people don't have the bandwidth to add new things to their schedule. So I'm not going to promote at this moment make sure you have a refuah Hashem, make sure recite Kuf Yud. Go ahead, you'll be so thankful if you do, but that's not my recommendation. I think I have an angle for us that we can put into practice immediately. And it's going to be quite simple. Every day you pray. Every day you recite Pezukei de Zimra. What's in the middle of Pezukei de Zimra? What Tehillim is like? It's like 2 away from Ashrei. Mizmor LaToda, right? There it is. So here's the solution. Why we're davening anyway. We're reciting that anyway. Why don't we just do the following? Let's have in mind when we recite that, and that this is an opportunity to thank Hashem for all the refuah shleimas we've requested, the shidduchim, it's a great place on a day. You can do it on a regular daily basis. We can start to catch up because the balance of our Tehillim crying out for help way outweighs our Tehillim with the special goal of saying, thank you, Hashem, right? I think that's a great practice. So right now, we're going to review this dynamic. We need to shift our mindset. We're going to review this, and then we're going to add, of course, Kavanah L'Mitzvos. Tehillim. Let's review what we just discussed so we can take our Tehillim and go from crisis to gratitude. In other words, for sure, you must call out to Hashem in times of need, and that's a great vehicle to cleave to Hashem and create dveikus. However, we need to shift our mindset. See this? No more vending machine, right? Don't look at Tehillim as something that you put in a request to get the result merely, right? We have to go from vending machine to telegram. Western Union, by the way. This is what we want to do. When there's crisis, when there's trouble, you want to look at it. I'm sending a telegram to my parent who loves me and has the capability to take care of me and help me, and I'm begging them for help. And if we look at it that we just sent a telegram, we told the parent who loves us and is concerned about the ones we're praying for, what do we want to do afterwards? We want to thank them for their support. It's only natural if you don't look at it as a vending machine and you look at it as a telegram. Here's the result. You'll thank Hashem. And that's the missing ingredient that we can put into our Tehillim to have complete dveikus. He's our loving parent in times of need, and he's our parent that we want to express our appreciation and gratitude towards. Okay, and as I mentioned, the reason I'm focused so much on having kavanah for the mitzvahs we do is because the difference, the ramifications of adding that intention before you do the mitzvah cannot be fathomed. I'm going to have to continue to give metaphors to try to get it across. So, with that in mind, we just talked about utilizing Mizmor L'Soda that we say in Psuki de Zimra every morning as a place to stop and thank Hashem, right? And to catch up a little to all our prayers that are asking. And now we can really focus in on thanking. Now, that's a big mitzvah. Because we learned in a previous class that thanking Hashem is a Torah commandment. There's a Torah commandment to remember Hashem's kindnesses. So if it's a Torah commandment, we want to have that in mind. So here's what I suggest. I call it the new Mizmor L'Toda Kavanah plan. All right? It's a 2-second Kavanah plan. I don't think that's a lot to ask for. Here's all you need to do. Second number 1, the first second, before you recite Mizmor L'Toda, you have in mind, I'm reciting Mizmor L'Toda in order to thank Hashem for all the Yeshuas and help He's given me. That's 1 second. If you think it is a 1 second. One more second. Second number 2, you feel genuine gratitude while you're reciting it. Because another thing we stress here is the one thing Hashem wants from you more than anything is your heart. Rahmana liba boy. So second number 1, have in mind the mitzvah of reciting Mizmor L'Toda for the purpose of fulfilling the commandment to thank Hashem. And number 2, when you recite it, feel it, feel genuine appreciation and affection. That's all you need to do, those 2 seconds. I just have one more suggestion. If you'll just maybe even pause your video and get a sitter. All right, get a sitter that has chakras. Okay? This is something you don't want to forget, because we say this is the missing ingredient in dveikus. And I can just tell you, if you add those 2 seconds, it's like, I'll try to, let's say $5 versus 500 billion. It means so much when you intend to do the mitzvah before you do it, and when you add your heart. So what I suggest you do with your sitter is annotate. Just put a star, put a T for thanks, put a little heart, whatever it needs to remind yourself, kavanah for the mitzvah, thanking Hashem and feeling genuine gratitude, giving Hashem our heart. Please God, we should express so much thanks that Hashem feels that He doesn't need to put us in situations to cry out in trouble.
It's